Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Van and this is another Dragonheir Silence God video. It's day 3 of season 4 on my server, and today is the first day where you can start farming gear. So far the only gear we had was one for the merchant that you can steal or purchase some rare gear, and I think 4 pieces of epic gear that you can steal or purchase from merchants. There's many content creators that have video out there. Gonna link one down below that give you all the position, so if you haven't collect them yet you can go watch that video after this one. But from day 3 you can start farming your own gear on Grave of Venom. And it's important that you start setting up your team right from the beginning to put yourself in the best position to score higher damage and have an easy runs on the domains, and all the rest of the content is going to open from this point onwards. Now, Grave of Venom has changed mechanics once more in this season. He has basically 2 AoEs where he builds up shields on himself, and you need to be able to remove it to run the boss basically to a decent time. You need to protect yourself quite a lot because the boss hits pretty hard. You still need to put at least 2 debuff up so the ultimate doesn't start targeting random champions of your comp. So it is quite peculiar how you need to build your composition over here. And don't forget to look up your lineup record over here, because this one is going to give you a good guidance on how to build your team, what champions is good, what champions are most used. You just scroll through here, you go to the next stage, you check what champions they're using, and as you can see, everybody's farming with 70 because it's the max level that we get. But with 70, a lot of people are able to farm grade 4, 5, or 6. 7, it's very small number of player that gets there, and they have very stacked account. But from 4 up you have the chance to get some epic gear. As you can see, till 3 is only rare. Stage 4 you get some random drops of 1 piece of epic, or you get the material to forge it. Unfortunately, you can't forge an epic gear now, so if you want to have the better chance, you need to step up a little bit more and get to stage 5 and 6. Stage 6 is where you get your guarantee every run, you get 1 or 2 piece of epic gear, and that is gonna make a lot of difference for you. Stage 7 for me is still not doable, but I can farm stage 6, and I'm using a pretty close to free to play, if you want to call it like that, composition, because I'm using 4 champions that probably all of you have if you played the game consistently throughout all 3 of the season. And I really hope you did, because all the champions we collect so far are absolutely amazing. So let's jump into it. Let me show you what composition I'm using and the gear, and then we're gonna let the run in the background, which is pretty long, so I'm gonna speed it up at the end. As you can see, I'm using Garius, Ardrit, Alminster, Aladia, and Perkunte. Now, Perkunte is my DPS, but you can replace it with an AoE DPS, so we're going to see that one for last. The important part here is I'm using the defense aura from Ardrit, which was the champions that we got in season 2. She's absolutely amazing. I'm using her with the rare gear because it's all I have. I have some epic now because I've been farming, but for the purpose of this video, I'll show you how I got here. And I'm using the Gatekeeper staff. Now, obviously, artifacts are what makes the difference. If you can't get them, if you don't have them, you can step down probably a level. But I'm confident that by the time you get to season 4, you're gonna have at least these 3 artifacts that I'm using for the support, and hopefully you can get them too and use them in this run. So I'm using this one because of the skill haste. I want her battle skills to go out as often as possible. I'm not really too much concerned of the ultimate, and I let her run basically free. I'm using Garius in rare gear with the Craven Eye Patch, which is a epic, now legendary artifact. This one, guys, you should all have it. I'm pretty confident because you get it with dupe epics. You need the defense, you need to make him tanky, so he needs as high defense as possible, and he stacks up his defense quite a lot, plus Ardred sharing defense and helping him. It's what basically keep him alive. Then I'm using Alminster. Alminster is a D&D champion that I really hope you got. In this case here, it's pretty much useful for me because it puts up shields, which is mean that when we get hit, we proc Aladia passive. We can place decrease accuracy and decrease attack. Mostly used for here is the decrease attack, but the decrease accuracy is the second debuff they're gonna stop the boss to do the random hit on his ultimate, and that's why he's here. And it's also a free legendary that, well, free, kind of accessible legendary that if you play the game throughout, you should have. And I'm using the Hourglass over here because I want him to keep up with the boss. His ultimate is still 20 seconds. The boss works on an 18-second rotation, and so I need him to be speed up basically and keep up with the boss. And this will help me with the skill haste over here. The last champion of my support is going to be Aladia, and she's the one with witches remain, even if she's not ideal, but she has an ultimate that hits the entire board, so I'm hoping to place as many decreased defense as possible. Rare gear over here, nothing really to worry too much. The accuracy is needed, it's 70 on the stage, so obviously click on this one, actually is 100 over here, and so I'm a little bit low on accuracy on everything, so debuff or lending sometimes or sometimes not, but it still works. And the last one is Perkunte. Now Perkunte, it's my best AoE DPS. If you don't have him and you have someone else that fits your 3 affinity rotation over here, definitely go use it. You just need someone that does a big burst of damage and keep up on 20-second rotation with Aladia when the decreased defense are out to break the defense from the Wisp and do max civilian damage on the boss. That's everything it does over here basically. You need to choose your best AoE DPS. In my case, it's Perkunte. So that's everything pretty much. As you can see, he's the only one that has 2 pieces of epics because these 2 pieces of epics are the one that I got from the merchant, and so that's why I'm using it. I'm using the Poison Swamp over here, which gives me more crit rate and more crit damage when I'm getting healed. And it is an absolute amazing legendary mythic artifact now. I got it from a dupe this season, and if you don't have it, you can definitely use the Monarch, I think it's called. You can scroll down here, and this new artifact over here, when you get dupes, it's very, very good. It gives you the, it doesn't give you the decrease, it doesn't give you the crit damage, but it gives you the crit rate. You don't get really close to 100% at the moment, but you get 32% crit rate with this one, which is what is needed to proc those crit rate and break the shield. So if you have that one, use that one, you're gonna not regret it. As far as timing goes, as you can see, the only thing I'm doing is timing Perkunte of 13 and 20 because I want to go after Aladia. I can do 12.5, doesn't matter. But you need to go right after Aladia. So Aladia plays some of the decreased defense, hopefully, and he's going to slam on everybody. And I'm timing Alminster because I want him to keep up with the boss. He has an 18-second rotation, and he's going to do his ultimate at second 16, placing the decrease attack and decrease accuracy on everyone to keep up and keep the strikes from the Wisp consistent. So let's run it in the background, and I'll see you at the end of this one. Sorry guys, forgot to say, boss have a visual bug. Aladia should remove the shield from the boss with battle skills, but at the moment the shield doesn't disappear. You're gonna see the damage going through the HP, ignoring the shield most of the fight when she take it away. You can't really tell if you take it away or not because the boss still have it up visually on the bar. but it's not there. You're hitting the HP, not the shield. Here we are at the end of the run. As you can see, it's a very long one. It's not that fast for sure, but it's pretty consistent. 3 minutes 36 in this case. You can really see that I can speed it up by using some epic gear, obviously. But as you can see, you're gonna have your drop of epic gear, and it's gonna be good for your account, speeding up everything you're gonna do from now onwards. And so get your team right and try to get those epic piece of gear on the first day of Grave of Venom. Hope this composition can be useful for you. Don't forget that you have the reset for the champions, so you can try to swap your champions out. I think that Garius, Ardrit and Aladia are going to be a good backbones of this comp for anybody. If you don't have Alminster because you messed out on the D&D collaboration, you should definitely try to swap in someone that brings a couple of debuff, or even possibly someone like Voresh that has an AoE block buff that counts as 1. You put the decreased defense on him and that will be 2, but you need to kind of speed up his ultimate at the moment, which is going to be difficult. So maybe someone else, or someone that has a very short rotation, maybe Tia that has a healing prohibition and you can place the decreased defense. She has a 16-second rotation. That can be good too. She has a veil that helps your range team stay alive. And then substitute Perconte with your best DPS, someone that has a big AoE burst to break down some of the shields, and you should be okay. Maybe you can't do stage 6 as I said, scale it down to stage 5 or stage 4, but get your epic gear straight away. I hope you find this video useful, you guys, and as usual, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'm gonna see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silence God.